Hello and welcome to NJCDC's The Loft. My name is Danny Gonzalez, your host today. And today we have the lead behind AmeriCorps for NJCDC. Can you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Fushi. I'm the program director of AmeriCorps.
Hi, I'm Christian Triana. I'm the assistant program director of the NJCDC AmeriCorps.
And Christian, it's your first time here today, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. I knew how to get an excuse to get you in here. So,
I've been waiting.
Yeah, of course. You, Christian, are relatively new to NJCDC. Gabby, we've interviewed you before here on the podcast.
Yes.
And I mean, you've also been around NJCDC for a very long time. Like you were a AmeriCorps member yourself once back in the day. So you probably already know this. Of course, you guys are in toy drive season right now. So for those who don't know, can you explain what the toy drive event is and what does that entail?
So the toy drive is one of the biggest productions here with the NJCDC and AmeriCorps program. It's kind of a culmination of all the good works that we do. We're working with a lot of friends, family, and different partners that really make, this whole project of community outreach and community care work. So it's a big thank you to all the families that attend all of our events throughout the year. So they sign up, we give gifts to them and their children, and we have a big party. And it's a really fun time. It's really a fun festive event that, everyone is welcome to join, but we have families sign up and, they receive toys based on their child's interest, age, all different parameters, and it's throughout all the different schools in the area. In terms of where we receive these toys from, we receive it from donors from different local schools, businesses, and families who are just willing to, basically participate and make the residents of Patterson have a good time.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, like the toy drive event is like throughout my years here at NJCDC, it definitely has been the hallmark, biggest event that NJCDC has. It's very important, very busy time of the year when you guys are collecting these toys and wrapping them up and registration for the toy drive. And I know it's absolutely crazy over here now. But it's a great event, a great, resource for families or for this time of year, right? Yes. So for the event itself, so can you tell me the date and the time of the event and how many families you have currently registered as of today, December 4th?
So I can take that question. So right now we have a little over 490 families registered, ready to roll. We have 1,200 students that are signed up. We have a little over 250 that are actually in our programs, NJCDC programs that are registered and ready to roll for the toy drive.
When you were an AmeriCorps member, how was your toy drive experience?
As the AmeriCorps member, we did a little over 1,000 families that year. And it was a big need here in Patterson for the families to receive toys during that year. It was a lot. Yeah. It was fun, but it was a lot of toys. It was probably over 10,000 toys that were at, the atrium at NJCDC on the third floor. And we did wrapping gifts. So it was families, communities, people that receive from NJCD's programs coming into wrapping gifts, helping us tote gifts, bring gifts, pick up gifts. So it was an awesome opportunity for me to learn what the toy drive is like, for us to communicate and learn how to fundraise and solicit donations. I did learn that more when I was an AmeriCorps member, as well as working with community partners and the schools. Yeah. Sometimes we were able to give a little over 25 to 50 toys, wrap them up and get them to the school programs for their own personalized holiday parties.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I remember being in the first floor of NJCDC in the PFC, what was that, Patterson Family Center?
Yes.
And they had all the boxes lined up. And that was when the old director, previous before you, Christine Coca, she was there. And I remember helping out, and there was just the entire wall was lined with boxes from top of the ceiling all the way down to the floor. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Actually, that year was the year we did the most families in the history of AmeriCorps.
Do you remember how many families that was?
Yeah, it was a little over 1,000 and plus families.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the same. Okay, that was the same year.
Okay. Because we had so many boxes that we got from donors, and we want to thank all of our donors that are Accurate Box Company that donated hundreds of boxes to make this happen, because if we didn't have the boxes, we wouldn't have been able to stack them to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. No, it was definitely a great success. That was a great year. Christian, earlier you talked about the donations. I want to go a little bit deeper. So where exactly are these donations coming from? I know that you guys have plenty of like partners and whatnot that provide these toys and provide their services. So can you talk a little more on that?
Yeah. So basically we get donations from different businesses and families all throughout Patterson. So they don't just donate, toys and gifts, but they also will, make payments off of our wish list to have items shipped directly to us, or they'll volunteer. So we do have a sign up online where, interested parties can go and sign up to help us out. We could always use the extra hands. But really, our donors come from our networking, which is a big part of our work. So even some of their biggest donors are people that either used to work with AmeriCorps or NJCDC family friends. And that's a big part of where we start getting those donations.
Yeah, fantastic. Can you guys name any particular places? Because I remember when I was a volunteer, we would like go with AmeriCorps member to pick up like boxes at like different locations. So can you talk about like a few different places?
We still do that. We're actually going to go pick up at Shack. What is
Shake
it?
Shack.
Shake Shack. Next week. Shake Shack. They just went online and they found the company and they wanted to give. So they're giving a little over 500 toys this year, which they're a brand new donor. They're people we've never had contact with. Secondly, we have another Nana's Gift who donates a large amount of toys and cookies every year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and they partner up with a school that is not here in the Patterson area, which is fantastic. But most of our donors also come outside of the Patterson area and they hear about what we do and then they just contribute or they come and participate, as Christian mentioned, with volunteering. We do have many smaller donors who have come just randomly off the streets. That'll say, hey, you guys have all these Christmas decorations, what's happening? And then we tell them what we're doing. And then next thing you know, we have toys sitting outside.
There you go. That works. That works.
I don't know. And I'm not saying that they're from Patterson, but I know that they have to be like in the motion of moving around in this area, seeing what's going on. And that's kind of how people want to donate because they really want to see what's happening. But one thing that we pride ourselves on is not only do you get to see that your toys are in the right location and it's a trustworthy company, but we let you come and pack the toys yourself. And put it in the boxes for the families.
So I wanted to go in a little bit on that. So obviously, like, you guys have a lot of volunteers during this time of year. So if you're a volunteer and want to help out with this event, what would that look like for them?
So we have a lot of different ways. Right now, Christian is kind of spearheading drop-offs and pickups. So some volunteers can actually go on a ride with Christian to meet the donor, pick up the toys and things like that. We do love to take photos because we like to tell them thank you at the end of the year. We also have places where you can make the boxes for the families, create the labels, box the toys, even bag the cookies. We have a little over 1,000 cookies that we give out to the families during that time. Pop popcorn for the families, as well as just pretty much wrapping gifts. Because sometimes, like I said, we give toys out to school-based programs before the toy drive to help them out. So we may have a group of people wrapping gifts for those students and putting their names on it.
Fantastic. That's great. And so on the AmeriCorps side of things, right? I know, are you guys still onboarding AmeriCorps members? Because I know like the AmeriCorps members are like an essential part of this event.
Absolutely. So Christian and I was just discussing, we probably have about 3 openings right now for this group. December 31st will be our deadline. They will be doing a lot of this toy drive activity. We have hired people during toy drive season and it's been very successful, but it's been very difficult for them to come in and say, wow, I did not know that I was signing up for such a major event. And then when they come and they see the holiday party, they're like, wow, it was worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was hired on during Toy Drive of last year as well. So that was trial by fire. And that was definitely probably the most exciting way to come into things, get right to work. I couldn't believe it. And one of the great things, like if you're interested in volunteering, is that it isn't just, arts and crafts. There's really a variety of responsibilities that you could take up to help us out. So, play to your strengths and we'll always be happy to have you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I've seen like the volunteer efforts throughout the years and it's always been like school buses of students just coming here and like flooding 52 front. I'm not surprised by it anymore, but at first, like when I was like a high schooler volunteering, it was just because like the production is like so big. Right. But it's honestly like an awesome event to see and like to see the impact as well in the families that get served. So it's great.
I think you're so right about that, because not only does it impact the family, but the community as a whole.
Yeah.
When you see those students coming in, we've seen the students come out like crying and excited and having so many emotions because they get to see what they're doing. They follow us on Instagram as well, so they get to see the holiday party in totality. They get to see the whole thing, and they know what they worked for. Those 30, like we have a group of volunteers that's coming in. That's 30 students. So it's a lot of students, but they're dedicating their time to come here to Patterson. They're not from this area to come here to serve this community.
So if you are someone who wants to donate, or if you want to volunteer, one, where is the best place you can go to donate toys? Or if you want to volunteer, where you get that information?
So we have a couple different ways. So right now we have a young lady named Mabuba. She is spearheading the volunteer, I guess, portal in a sense, but you would go to Sign Up Genie, and you can pretty much email us at my email is gfousshee@njcdc.org. You can also go to njcdc.org and fill in information on that if you want to know where to donate, how to donate, and also when to volunteer. I'm trying to update that now to put up Sign Up Genie, because what happens is many people do want to volunteer their time and they want to bring their families, and we want you to bring your families. We want you to contribute to this community. So right now, just email us, email Christian. Christian, can you give out your email as well?
Yeah, my email is ctriana@njcdc.org.
Registration. Is registration still open for families, or has that time already passed?
Yeah, so we just closed the registration because our goal was 500 families, and it looks like we're 490. However, we always have families that are in dire need towards this event, so we leave those 10 slots for families that we know that may have a house fire, homelessness experiences, and things like that. So we are at capacity.
Okay.
However, it's contingent upon the circumstance that, we try to help out the families as much as we can. We may not be able to give a full box, but we may be able to help the families if they come up to like the holiday party. If they come to the holiday party, we're sometimes able to still support and help.
Okay, no problem. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I definitely wanted to get the word out for this event, because this is like a big event. I know you guys need all hands on deck right now.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Danny. We look forward to hearing this online.
Yeah, most definitely.